Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Korie. Korie is from England in the UK. So let's see what Korie has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Korie, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No worries. No problem. It's pretty cool. I like what you're doing.
Thank you. So tell me, how was your day today?
It was all right. I had university. Um, it was a pretty long day at university, uh,
Uh,
so yeah, it just dragged on, but I'm finally home.
what are you studying right now?
I'm studying acting. I'm on my level 5 course at the moment.
Wow. So tell me, what has been for you the most enjoyable about your course right now?
Um, Probably. So I've been at the same like kind of facility for like 4 years now. For those first 3 years, it was more practical, and now I get to like delve deeper into like the theory side of it. So like learning about the industry and stuff like that, and how I can put my foot in the industry is pretty nice.
That's amazing. And how many days do you attend some classes during the week?
Just two.
Just 2 days. I see. Tell me where you're from, Corey.
I am from Nottinghamshire.
Born and raised?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
tell me, yeah,
I'm currently not living in Nottinghamshire at the moment. Obviously, I've resided into where my university is as well. But yeah, originally from Nottinghamshire.
so tell me something interesting about your hometown, something that stands out compared with other places in the UK.
Um, there was a Tom Hardy film that was filmed there, which is I think is probably like the most popular thing that happened there. Really,
Amazing. And all your family are back there?
they are, yeah. Well, most of them, yeah.
I see. Okay, Corey, so let's start the interview talking a little bit more about your career as an artist. I know you are studying now. You know as well that you are a singer, a producer. So tell me,
Hmm.
walk me through a little bit more about your career so far.
So I've only just started learning to uh, sing. I took vocal lessons for the past, I'd say, 2 3 months.
Okay.
Um, so that's kind of like a new thing for me. But acting, I started acting when I was like 8, and it's pretty much all I've ever like was interested in. With producing, I produced my first film 2023,
Okay.
and that's on Amazon Prime. So I think I'm doing well for myself. I think.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. It's amazing for you to be able to follow your passion, your gifts, and just go for it. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Perfect.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of view?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Hmm.
Let's do it. Okay, before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't answer, don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Perfect.
Amazing. First question is, which book had a big influence on you?
See, that's a weird one because I can't remember the last book I read.
Uh-huh.
Um, Currently, obviously studying. There's a lot of like textbooks and stuff. There's a Pinter book. I'm not sure if you know anything like much about acting, but there's a famous practitioner, Pinter, who has kind of it's one of my favorite styles of acting. So that's
Mhm.
that's changed a lot of the way I act now. Um, yeah, I read that about a year ago. No, this year. Um, yeah, I forgot what it's called though. But Harold Pinter is like one of the best practitioners out there.
And why gave an impact in your life for the reading?
I don't know. I just think I had a different approach to acting where I was very flamboyant and kind of out there, more for stage acting. And I think with Harold Pinter's kind of theory of acting, he was more well reserved and um kind of showing to kind of push back from that flamboyantness and kind of just dull it down a bit, but it still has that impact. So that's mainly for you can use Harold Pinter's theory for TV and film, which is what I'm more passionate about at the moment.
I see. All right. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Korie from England. Next question is, tell me a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end.
I already spoke about this on my TikTok page. I I was in a relationship that I was in there for about a year, and there was some stuff that I had done that was quite negative, and I never really I never really took it upon myself to kind of reprimand myself. But then eventually, when she kind of took it upon herself to realize, no, this isn't okay. She reprimanded myself, and I learned from that. I started going to therapy. Therapy changed a lot, and I learned a lot about myself. So the positive impact is learning about myself and realizing what I did was wrong, and now I can kind of learn from that and be a better person.
Wow. What's the biggest joy of being Korie? What do you like the most about being you?
Um, I'd like to say I think I'm quite funny. I have that like quick wit about me. I hope my close friends would say that about me, but no, I like trying to make people laugh. I like making people joyful around me. I think that's ultimately why I started acting. I liked cracking jokes to my parents, and they'd always egg me on um and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's one joy of being Korie.
Amazing. Okay, next question. Let's do it. For the next question, as you mentioned about your parents, growing up or through your career, and since you realized that you're born to be an artist, an actor, did you have their support?
Oh, absolutely, all the way. There's never been a doubt in my mind that they haven't been supportive. Like my parents has gone into as far as to take me to a drama school that wasn't very close uh, to us personally, but they still kind of went out their way to kind of give me that access to the world of acting at such a young age. And anything that I do, they support massively, and they post around on Facebook, trying to get their family and friends involved. And no, yeah, I've always had their full support, 110%.
Wow. And your parents, they are the closest people in your life right now?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. I think you know I had my granddad was pretty close to me, but he passed away in 2023. That's where I kind of got my own personality from. I kind of like he had that quick wit, that kind of that humor that was just so it was just so easy for him. He wouldn't even try, and I think that's where I got that from. And he was the closest, and obviously he passed away in 2023. So I work with my mum as well. So working with her in also a working environment which is so different from the household, I think has made us get a lot closer as well, which is quite nice.
Wow. Okay, so both of your parents, they're watching this interview right now and have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching.
I would say I appreciate everything that you've done for the past 20 years. It has been quite hard on us all. And I know that, they work hard, and the support they've given me is not, unnoticed. How proud they are of me is very warming, and I just appreciate and love everything about them.
Wow, sweet. I think when you do something in your life and you have their support, I think is the
Yeah,
biggest thing. If you say it, if you like, just can go for it.
it's the best feeling in the world. And this is no detriment to my dad. I'd never kind of heard or like him say, "I'm proud of you," for so long, and then also I knew he was, but he'd never like outright say it. And then one day, I was getting ready for a show, and out of the blue, he just messaged me. I hope you know I'm proud of you, son. And I don't know, it kind of broke me because knowing that he's proud of me, but then also not hearing it for such a long time, it's quite nice. And I was 19 at the time, and just thinking a few words
Yeah.
can suddenly just break me, and it was lovely. It was really nice.
Wow. Of course, and I think it's because as well you know it came from a good place. You know what he
Yeah.
meant as well. You know what I mean? So that's why it gives these butterflies, these emotions for sure. Amazing. Next question is: if someone offered to tell your future, would you accept it or not, and why?
See, I've answered pretty similar questions to this before, and my answer was always no. But I think because I'm at a point in my career where it can either go two ways. It can either go up from here because it's pretty good at the moment, or it can either go, tragically just down. I think I'd like to know where I'm at in the future, and I'd like to assume that I'm somewhere,
Wow.
a place that I'd like to be.
I know you are very young, but however, if the same person gave you an envelope to you and having your death date inside of it, would you open it or not, and why?
Again, I think I would. I think I'd like to know. Just knowing that if I've got a short time, if I've got a long time, I'd like to use that time wisely and kind of live life to the way I want it to be, even if it has to be at a fast pace. If I'm going to die young or and stuff like that. So I think I would. I think I would.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
Just just have the most outrageous amount of fun for your first, you know, adult years, and then kind of just knuckle down and try and kind of build that family status where like the family, like, life's not about money, but you kind of have to have that money to kind of have a good life nowadays, and to kind of make life worthwhile. So, kind of have fun for the first, good 25 years. Um, and then the rest, just work hard and work towards, getting as much kind of assets, money and stuff like that, just so you can have a family and not worry about it, and you can just cherish that time together for the next, foreseeable future.
And do you think money can bring happiness?
See, yes and no. Money can bring short-term happiness, I think,
Mm-hmm.
whereas you yourself can kind of give yourself that happiness with a lot of free stuff, or just stuff that might be a hobby. So it's free to go out on a walk. It's
Yeah.
not free to watch Netflix. It's you can get happy from either one, but a lot of people nowadays would like to choose watch Netflix, whereas people with not a lot of money can obviously go to the park, or something that's free and open to everyone.
I see. All right. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Korie. Next question is: what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
Most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because gonna get a bit deeper. I'm at a body weight that I'm not very proud of. I used to be, quite, nicely built. And I think throughout the years that I've become an adult, I've kind of let that go. Um, so I'm just currently uncomfortable in my own body, I think. And eventually I'll get out of that kind of thing. But yeah, right now I think it's
And what's something about you that's, you feel like it gives you confidence, it gives you like, when you know it's about yourself, something that for you is like, okay, that's me, and I'm very confident about it.
I think it's a very strange answer, but my confidence gives me confidence. I am so outgoing. I will speak to absolutely everyone. I love meeting new people. That's why I agreed to do this. I love, kind of talking about oneself, or talking about, talking to each other. I love, that kind of interaction and stuff like that. So I think my confidence is something that brings confidence to me.
And you always been this way?
No, absolutely not. I was so, like, just so shy when I was younger, and then obviously acting helps a ton. And I was for the first, I think, year at college studying acting. I was very well reserved, and after that, because I realized how how important it was to have that confidence, especially on stage in front of 150 people. I did a show in front of like 1,000 and whatever. It's You have to have that confidence. I kind of worked on that, and for the past 3 years now, I've been nothing. I say this, nothing embarrasses me, but I'm sure there's something that I haven't found out yet that will embarrass me. But no, nothing embarrasses me, and I'm very, very confident.
Very good. Next question, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Next question. You like dancing, Korie?
No, that is one thing I am terrible at. I am so bad. There's the thing in the arts world, a triple threat where you're an actor, you're a singer, and a dancer. I wish I could dance, but I have no rhythm. I have absolutely no. I don't know if you ever watched Footloose, but there's a line in Footloose where one of the characters says 2 left feet. I physically have 2 left feet, so it's so impossible for me. There's been a few times where I've done a musical. I did Chicago, and I had to dance in that, but it took a while. It took a while.
I think dancing, it's, of course, there are professional dancers, there are professional dancing. However, for me, I see dancing as there are no rules. I think when you feel the music and somehow you just, move yourself, that a rhythm that you think it's, you feel like is the way you express yourself. So I think that's how I see. I think dancing for me, it's a therapy. I love dancing. However, I've never done any professional classes. Of course, I'm from Brazil. Brazil, we have this Latin, blood, However, it's I see dancing as a way of expressing yourself without any, what I mean, judgments. I think I love going out. Sometimes if I go out to a place or to a club, and if I see someone literally just having the time of their lives with their closed eyes, oh my God, that's what dancing is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just moving.
I was going to say it's very expressive. The people we see in our university or the colleges, you can tell a story with it. You can be fun with it. You can, it is something that I do want to learn, but I think it will take a while.
Okay. Next question is: could you swap lives with for a day if you could, for any reason?
With anyone?
Yeah, just for a day, just to see the way they think, or to to be in their place for different reasons. Who that?
I think I'd like to swap places with my brother. He's such a hard worker, and he hardly ever sleeps. So I just want to know how he does it. I don't say it a lot. I've said it a fair few times quite recently, but he's a type of person I look up towards. You know, one because he's my older brother, and I think a lot of people look up to their
Yeah.
older siblings. But the way he kind of carries himself is so well put together. You know, he knows what he's doing. He earns enough to be comfortable, and it's nice. It's nice to see. So I think, yeah, I'd like to swap places with my brother.
What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
The biggest similarity is probably the kind of hard work and the perseverance. I think we both kind of get that gene from to be fair, both our parents, especially from my dad. You know, he's been working for so long, and is non-stopped and stuff like that. And the difference is my brother is so athletic. He loves sports. Like, he's so passionate about it, and I wish I was. I wish I had that kind of passion for it, but it just doesn't interest me at all.
I see. All right. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
Well, that's a tricky question. I think that the best thing about myself is how I can. This is gonna sound. I don't know how this is gonna sound. How I can control a room. I teach young children performing arts and media as well, and I think you have to have that kind of control to kind of, you know, carry a classroom and stuff. So I think, you know, having that kind of control. We in university last year we did a project where we had to all work together and create this short film, and I took upon, you know, that kind of control role where I could kind of, you know, direct everyone and stuff like that. Again, it helps being a director for certain projects. So I think, yeah, my directing and control is one of the best things about me. The worst thing is at the moment probably my mental health. It's not great. You know, we spoke about it earlier about going to therapy and stuff. It's still that kind of that waiting on me, but it's definitely getting better. But it's something that needs to be worked on.
Totally. Okay, I think that's thanks for sharing, Korie. I think it's amazing when you know it, you know what I mean. And I think you already so far away about it, like improving, because you're seeing a therapist. And I think I think our tendency is to look for a therapy sometimes just because we need about something or something's happening.
Yeah.
However, sometimes having a guide, I see therapist as a guide, you know what I mean? I think it's to guide us, and somehow we learn a lot about ourselves. And of course, you know, when we are not in a great place, sometimes we are a bit lost with our mental health, which can happen to everyone. I think all of us, we go through that. However, when you know it, and when you somehow asking or looking for help, it's a thing, wow, you're just halfway through of the improvement, for sure. That's how I see.
Thank you.
Great. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, let's do a little game. So let's pretend that you're gonna put together a play or a short movie, and you're gonna be part of it as well. And in this play, you're gonna cast. You can choose anyone, you know, because you have the biggest budget in your hands. So you can get anyone to play your dad, anyone to play your mom, anyone to play your romantic partner, and also you can pay anyone, you know, to help you to put all together, a director, a producer. So, you know, you've got all the money in your hands, so you can buy and you can get anyone for it. So tell me those names.
This is fun. Director is got to be Edgar Wright. You know, he's made such amazing films. You know, the Cornetto trilogy and stuff like that is, I think it's great. Um, to play my love interest, I don't know. I don't know any decent actors that are kind of my age.
They don't need to be your age. Could be anyone
That is
that's
true. That is true.
yeah.
Um, I think I think at the moment I'm liking what Sadie Sink's doing with her career. She's going on to like kind of indie films, so I think she'd be a great actress in that. My mum. Oh, what's an Amy Adams? I absolutely love
Wow.
Amy Adams. She's such an amazing actress. Yeah, Amy Adams. I can't not say Amy Adams and my dad. I don't know. I want a good father figure. So, um, I would have to say, you know what? I'd like a funny dad. So I'd probably say Seth Rogen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Amazing. I'll be there clapping, okay, when it comes out.
brilliant.
Okay. Tell us about your best holidays and why you consider that.
Um, I think my best holiday was my first holiday abroad when I can't remember how old I was, but
Mm-hmm.
I went to Turkey and just experiencing like a new country for the first time was mind blowing. I think it always is for the first time. Seeing the different culture, seeing how sunny it is, how hot it is, especially from the UK. That massive difference is pretty wild to kind of experience. So yeah, we went to I forgot what it's called. I think it's Malgrat de Mar. No, that's Spain. Um, I went somewhere in Turkey and it was lovely. It was beautiful.
I see. All right. Last question. Ready?
Hmm.
Let's do it. Last question. Right. So before the last question, tell me a moment in your career. I'm sure you have some moments since you start doing your acting, be an artist. Tell me a moment or a situation that so far you're never gonna forget. You hold close to your heart or to your mind for a
Um,
reason.
there's two. There's two
Okay.
that are very on par. Um, as I mentioned, I produced a film and directed a film. That's on Amazon Prime, and before it went on there, I showed it to an audience,
Mm-hmm.
and it was during that time where my granddad was passing away, and I told him about a few days before he passed that I'm making this film and I wanna kind of dedicate it to him.
Wow.
And that moment was beautiful in itself. We shared a moment that was so raw and something that I've never experienced before. But then when we showed it to the audience and they finally saw that kind of remembrance of my granddad in the credits, everyone just cheered and kind of clapped and it was, I don't know, it was probably the second most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Everyone was so supportive. They might have not liked the film, but the fact that I've dedicated to my granddad, it was really good. It was really nice. The other one as well, which it probably should be a little lower. I did a play called Everybody's Talked About Jamie, and I played a horrible character. I played a homophobic parent, a dad, towards the main character Jamie, and um, the the real person who it's based off came to see the play without us knowing, and there was
Oh wow.
and they kind of surprised us at the end, and I just remember going up to him and he just brought me in for a hug, and also playing his dad, which was based off real experiences with his homophobic father, which
Wow.
I think it was beautiful. He congratulated me. He had a little tear in his eye, and he told me how,
Uh-huh.
how good I was. And back then, I think I was only 16. So getting that confirmation and that affirmation from someone who's, you know, had that kind of experience and it's based off, I think it's the best thing an actor can really get.
Wow.
During that play as well, it was the first time I got booed, which was a good thing in that kind of
Of course.
scenario. It was great. 300 plus people just all boo me at once. It felt great. I think I preferred that more than an applaud at that time. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God. For sure. For those people to be booing you because of your acting the way you were, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's like clapping, like louder than ever. Right. The last question is, what season of the year you feel more connect with and why?
I think well, I'm a summer baby, but I
Mhm.
think I think winter. I think I just thrive in winter. I love. It's really weird. I love being cold when I'm sleeping. I have to be in freezing temperatures just to fall asleep. So I think winter. Yeah, it's just yeah. I get rosy red cheeks as well, so it looks better for my skin.
Amazing. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say some words, just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Brilliant.
Let's start with money,
Debt,
fear,
excitement,
life,
full,
family,
love,
religion,
beautiful,
love,
passionate,
sex,
intimate,
politics,
crazy.
friendship,
Can't use the same word twice.
of course you can,
Beautiful.
desire,
It's just hard.
regret,
Sadness.
success,
Happiness.
wish,
All the words have just gone from my brain. Um, Hopeful.
happiness.
Joy.
One word for England.
Home.
And the last one now, acting, one word.
Thrilling.
Wow. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Korie in one positive and one negative word only, what your best friend would say about you.
Outgoing for the
Mhm.
positive. A negative. I can only say one word, but it means something hard, but it means something else.
Okay. If I would ask the same question to your brother, it'll be the same answer.
Um, Positive, I think, fulfilled,
Okay.
and negative, annoying.
You're the youngest one, so that's your role.
It is. It is.
Let's play now, Korie, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, as you mentioned during the interview a few times about your granddad,
Mm-hmm.
my question for you is, tell me a memory that, growing up, that you go like, you know what, when I think about him, this memory always comes to my mind.
Me and my brother used to go around to his house and watch, old classic WWE. And that memory still lives on. Just sitting down at a box TV and kind of just sitting there for hours, just playing like the same, not the same, but like playing, WWE on the TV. It was great, and I've recently just got back into WWE. I didn't really like it for the past couple of years, and just watching it now, I can just imagine. I kind of pick out the wrestlers and think, yeah, my granddad won't like him. He might like him. he's pretty good. So yeah, I think having that kind of connection between something was quite nice. And me and my brother still remember to this day. We sometimes talk about it, you know, sitting on the TV and just, you know, watching it with our granddad.
Do you think one day you're gonna meet him again?
Absolutely. I'm a strong, firm believer about there's something after. You know, I think I personally don't believe um in a god, you know, but I believe there's something after. You know, it can't just be just darkness. So I believe so in some way, shape, or form. I think I will.
Amazing. Okay, Korie, you can ask me a question now.
Obviously, you said I can't ask anything about this, but where do you want to be in the next like 5 years with this kind of genre of your job?
Wow, great question. You know, Korie, I picture myself, I'm working really hard to, you know, to have my YouTube channel monetized. You know, I work very hard as well to have more people on the show, to connect with more people. Also, I'd love to go, for example, have interviews with, you know, so many people already around the globe. I'd love one day to meet them and, you know, having based on our first interview to have a conversation or a moment based in some question to go more deeper or to go more, you know what I mean? Because here, you know, we answer some questions, we go through it, but I would love, and I will do for sure, as like meeting them again one day in person, one to one, and have a deeper conversation about some topics that the interview was made. And I think that's how I see. I have got other projects as well based on this one, and I can't wait to start working on them as well, connect with the show. So yeah, I think when you do something with passion, with love, I think you know very well when you're acting, when you are
Yeah.
doing your passion, the same feeling when I'm here doing the interviews. And I think that's how I see myself, you know, having this show in a bigger proportion, having more, you know, I work hard to get that's a full-time job as well. So yeah, that's how I see, how I picture myself, let's see in 5 years time with the show for sure.
Perfect. Have you done like journalism before this, or is it just
No, I
something like?
haven't. No, I haven't. It's interesting because growing up, you know, I remember like as a child, you know, I wanted to, you know, to sing, to act, to present. I always had this, you know, this artist vein in me, but I don't know where or how. I left Brazil. Actually, I was around your age. I was 19 when I left Brazil, my own, all the way to Europe. Can you imagine, like, to, you know,
Yeah.
start a new life, go after my dreams, and so I think that no, I don't have that. Everything you can see here, it's something very natural, something that is just about expressing myself here on the show.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, William. So
Thank you. Thank you,
is
Korie.
more than welcome.
Thank you so much. I think, as again mentioned again, I think when you know, sometimes I just see the interview properly, like when I'm editing, because when I'm doing the interview, I feel like I'm talking to a friend.
Yeah.
I just remember I'm recording when I look in the on the corner here with the sign, because if I don't look for me, I feel like I'm just talking. Sometimes when I'm editing, I go like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that, I behaved that, because it's so natural for me to be here, and you know what I mean. So that's how I love doing the show for sure. Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. It was very fun. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks again. Thanks for being so
No
sweet and
problem.
accepting
No
my
problem.
invitation. I love to have passionate people on the show. I love to see people expressing themselves through their arts, through their careers. Could be anything. I think it's amazing to connect with others and see their life journey and their point of views as well. Thanks again for
No
taking the
problem.
time. Before we go, if you can share a positive message or anything, live by.
Yeah. Don't be too hard on yourself. You know, you have one life, and you if you're too hard on yourself, that means you can't, you know, experience the life that you were supposed to have.
Well, amazing. Thanks again for the interview. Regards to your brother, to your parents and family and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay, have a good night.
Perfect. Thank you very much. You too.
Take care. Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.